Today I'm at the Bethel David Cemetery in Elmont, Long Island, New York, and going out to the grave of a gentleman who, next to Elvis and Tupac, who everyone theorizes has their own theories, is alive. Probably number 3, right behind those two, is Andy Kaufman. You hear Andy Kaufman is alive, you hear Elvis Presley is alive, you hear Tupac is alive. A name that transcends just years and years, and always a name that's been relevant for so many years. Comic genius, as we're on Brandis Avenue, making a right on Autumn. Andy Kaufman, call him a wrestler, call him a comedian. He called himself a song and dance man. Died very young, 35 years old. Cancer. Starred in Tony Clifton, you might remember him. Taxi, another show as well. Sometimes even called an anti-comedian. Saturday Night Live, 1975. That's when he kind of became more well known to the general public. TV show Taxi, 78 to 83. Did comedy tours in clubs and theaters. Sometimes appeared as himself. Sometimes appeared as a rude lounge singer in Tony Clifton. Sketch comedy, late night talk shows, he was always there. Always a guest with David Letterman. If you're a wrestling fan, you will kind of remember this. Where even now, probably, if I could speak in wrestling terms, probably one of the better angles, and it's been since tried to be recopied, but one of the better angles where he played a bad guy. Met up with Jerry the King Lawler as far as wrestling, Continental Wrestling Association, and tried his hand as a wrestler. People did not know that what he did in attacking, he would in wrestling. People thought that this was. People never knew that what he did as far as wrestling was staged until it was revealed, close to 35, 40 years later, that it was all an act. He would challenge women to wrestling matches and just absolutely ridicule them, try to embarrass them, try to even just where it was so bad, the crowds in wrestling hated him. They did not know if it was fact or fiction, and that was the beauty of it. A guy that was always seemed like in character. You never knew You know, what's real and what's not. That's why, you know, beautiful in wrestling. Intergender. He proclaimed himself in wrestling, intergender wrestling champion of the world. Offered a $1,000 prize to any woman who could pin him. You know, he was trying to speak with Vince McMahon to bring this idea, you know, the idea that he had was Vince McMahon Sr. and intergender, and he didn't want to do that, Vince McMahon Sr. But, you know, Kaufman, a wrestling fan, he developed a friendship with Bill Apter. Got in touch with Jerry the King Lawler. They introduced to each other. And, you know, Kaufman began his run in the Memphis wrestling circuit. You know, he would go out there, he would tell the Memphis audience, teach them how to use soap. Call them rednecks. Kaufman would claim that Jerry Lawler broke his neck. He would wear that neck brace everywhere that he would go. He would defend his intergender championship in the Mid-South Coliseum. You know, he stepped it up a notch. I remember he said, listen, if anyone could pin me, if a woman could pin me, they will also get a chance to marry him, and that Kaufman would shave his head. You know, Man on the Moon, movie that was portrayed after him. And even now, even after his death, people are saying that he never died, that he apparently has, he's married and has 2 kids with him. It's just kind of, and it's been rampant. This is like, you know, in 2000, you know, like 2013. You know, saying that he's alive and well, and that his daughter came forward, and it's just articles you look, is Andy Kaufman still alive? Saying that Andy Kaufman always talked about at times about faking his own death. So that is out there as well. This man was a comic genius, in Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman, beloved son, brother, and grandson. January 17th, 1949 to May 16th, 1984. Also famous in Andy Kaufman for his Elvis impersonation as well. Just a comedic genius. And this is, it seems like Kaufman, Bernstein. See, it looks like it's maybe a shared plot. But see, this is Andy's mother, father. died very young too. Never even really let on that he was sick. Andy Kaufman. So, you know, if you are interested in seeing Andy Kaufman's grave, is on intersection of Autumn and Cardoza Avenue. It's literally the first section. Probably, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 graves in when you walk in. You know, when you're walking straight down this path. Now I find myself about, I don't know, 15 miles from the cemetery where we were last visiting Andy Kaufman. We're now in Great Neck, which is where Andy Kaufman grew up. A very affluent neighborhood. As you can see, a lot of expensive cars. You have Mercedes, Range Rovers, Audis. You get the picture. This is a very expensive area to live in. You know, Andy Kaufman's childhood home there is going now for, I believe, either it's anywhere from 1.4 to 1.6. That's what it's sold for. 2 years ago. It sold for 2 years ago. So, you know, and this is a single family home. So it's a and I believe the taxes were over close to 20 or just over 20. So this is a you know, an area that is well off and well to do. You gotta be doing, you know, you gotta be making some serious money to pay out these taxes here. As well, too, this is what you would consider the main strip here. So we are half a mile out from former home. Just as a FYI, you know, Kings Point, Great Neck, it's the same thing. It pops up as
Turn right
King
at
Point,
the traffic light,
but it's really the same difference. Kings Point and so this is the road that we're going down.
turn left on Gilbert Road West, then take the second left.
We're approaching here, very nice area. This is 11. This is Great Neck, Long Island. Curvy, be a nightmare to drive there in the winter time. Mm-hmm. 17. This is it right here.
Arriving at 21 Grassfield Road on the right.
This is the former home right here of Andy Kaufman. 1.6 million to those homes. That's what it went for. Very beautiful area. If you like this video, guys, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe. It makes me know that you care. And you know, as we'll leave you, just get a better idea of how this neighborhood looks modern day. Alright guys, time to grab some lunch. Ciao, peace, adios. See you in the next video. Take care.